You realize that there's a delay on the... Like, anyway. welcome, welcome to Best of Seven, the weekly podcast where we talk about esports, news, and just general StarCraft goodness. With me on the show today is Fatima Erla Smith, Katie Nike Agogo Hoffman, and Matt is... I don't know where he is, actually. So we're replacing him with an actual pop tart.
With a smiley face.
Welcome to the show, guys. How was your week in StarCraft 2?
Tima?
Fatima?
Pressing.
What? Why was it depressing? Was it because
Because I'm terrible.
was it because our 4-on-4 team got destroyed?
Ooh.
That too.
Wait, was I there for that?
No, you weren't.
No.
Okay.
That was when Fatima and John alternated being the one.
Oh, right, this was yesterday.
Oh, I went crazy. What about you, Katie? How's your week?
Mine's been kind of non-existent. I've played a little bit, but I haven't played too much because my air conditioner broke again for like the 8th time. Literally this summer. But I have had some good 4 gates that I've done. I'm pretty excited about my 4 gating. Although
If you have a good 4-gate, you win half of your PvPs, right?
Yeah, exactly. Although I get so scared. 1v1s are so scary. It's like, it is horrifying doing a 1v1. Although
I agree.
I've gotten a lot better though, because when I used to sit down and try to play, before we started like the stream and stuff, I literally, my heart would go like crazy and it was just really terrifying. I'm much more of a team kind of player, I think. It's more fun.
Yeah, I can see that.
Otherwise I go into these like morbid depressions, because I'm like, I just lost a game! And I'm really upset about it. Tima knows what I'm talking about.
That's why I like League of Legends.
I think I went on a 15-game losing streak in Season 2. And it just, 1-on-1s are horrible. But yeah, you have to play them to get better. So my week in SE2 was really good. I found Prima strategy guides in mint condition.
That's so exciting.
I think I'm going to mail these to Katie so I can get Day 9 to sign them.
Man, I'm going to feel so bad. I'm going to be like, here's 20 things for you to sign. Please sign them. Be like, I have this friend that's here and this friend that's here that wants this, and oh, I want like 8 of these for me because you're awesome. Yeah.
And I also set up our YouTube page. It is at youtube.com/bestofthenumber7sc.
Awesome.
So, yeah, and I emailed Fatima the password so she can log in and change all the way it looks.
Okay.
But I think this will be our first upload because this is the last one was a practice, right?
Well, I think we should still upload it because it counts, right?
Oh, it's uploaded, but it's not tagged and everything. I have to look at how we want to tag it.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. But
Super sexy Starcraft time.
Yes.
We should tag it that way.
I
think it'll get a lot of views.
It's obviously sexy because you're there, Mike.
Yeah, obviously. Obviously.
Has nothing to do with you and I.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? Let's get into it.
Let's get into the topics. First topic is OSL. Are you guys excited that, well, I don't know if Brett was excited. Does it matter to you guys that StarCraft 1 is now dead as an esport? I don't want to say dead either, that's too strong. It's no longer a StarCraft 1 Pro League. How about that?
I've never played it, never watched it, so I have no opinion.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, we can back and forth on this. Here's the whole thing, all right? The OSL was like the tournament for Brood War. So now that it's, no longer affiliated with Brood War, I mean, it's really the end of it. And it's kind of sad because, a lot of people spent their college years or high school years, sometimes their middle school years, there's a lot of younger people, spent their time watching people like Husky who would actually watch these games and then put them on YouTube for everyone else that couldn't be up at 4 in the morning or whatever time they were actually streaming it at. So I think that there's a lot of sadness that it's over, but really StarCraft 2 takes the place, and it's not like it's just gone. I mean, StarCraft's gonna be a trilogy, hopefully. So, and we still got maybe 20 or 30 more years of StarCraft.
I'm really excited for all the sponsors like Samsung and SK Mobile or whatever it is, all those big sponsors in Korea to be sponsoring StarCraft 2 teams now.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that, and I'm really excited to see all the StarCraft 1 pros make that transition. Like at MLG, a couple months back, we got to see Flash play.
Uh-huh.
Flash, I actually got to watch Jaedong play in the WCS qualifier.
Oh, really?
WCS tournament. Yeah, he played. He lost. He lost alive, pretty convincingly. But I mean, we get to see all these StarCraft 1 pros move over, and we get to see how their skills translate. Obviously, they're not going to be very good yet because they still need to adapt and get to know StarCraft 2 the way they do StarCraft 1. But I'm really excited for the actual
Transition.
when it actually meets up, when Flash actually plays MVP, or like when the big names of StarCraft 2 actually get to play the big names of StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
That's exciting, and the sponsorships, and Kespa. I'm really excited that Kespa is actually participating instead of Kespa has like kind of a bad history as far as esports go.
Explain that a little bit.
Well, Kespa's very they're very they keep a short leash on their players. Like GOM allows their players to go. Well, it's not even. I don't even think they consider them their players.
Mm-hmm.
GOM is like, well, you play for the GSL, and go and do whatever you want. Kespa was very much, no, you are part of us. You kind of belong to us, and you just can't go and play whatever you want. You can play on the WCG, and that's about it. For the most part, all the rest of them, all the rest of the tournaments are kind of off limits. And I'm glad Kespa's taking a more worldly approach this time and allowing their pros to do other things. At least that's what they say they're going to do. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case.
Okay, makes sense. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about as far as the OSL goes? So, I guess I thought it was kind of interesting. I started looking into it a little bit more, and the OSL started in '99. I didn't realize it was really that late, and it didn't actually become prestigious until 2001. Did you know that it was that? I mean, for some reason, like in my mind, I had this vision that the OSL was going on in the 90s for some reason. But
well, like StarCraft was pretty poorly designed out of the gates. Like it was obviously an amazing game, but it wasn't a game you could compete and make money off of as a fair game for a long time. I mean,
because of balance issues.
There was, oh my god, if you think StarCraft 2 has balance issues, StarCraft 1 had horrible balance issues. Like a 4 pool, you only got 4 drones at the beginning, so 6. Yeah. But a 4 pool was pretty unstoppable for like a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the game wasn't really balanced, and then Brood War came out, and it still wasn't balanced really well. I think it wasn't until like I want to say 07. I'm just going to throw out a number. It was a while into Brood War when they finally balanced it and it became a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, but there was no room. I mean, there wasn't esports back then, or esports weren't a big deal, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, they learned in StarCraft, and then they, Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2, they did a really good job. But yeah, the game just wasn't a good game until later.
Are you familiar? And this was something else that I found out when I started looking into it. With the trademarks of the OSL. For instance, the golden mouse. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I think Jelizerg is the only winner that I ever hear about.
There's actually 4 of them. And what a golden mouse is it's when they win 3 OSLs. And
yes.
July, Jaedong, Flash, and Nada are the 4 guys that have done that.
I didn't know Nada.
Mm-hmm.
I thought July was the only golden mouse in StarCraft 2. That's cool. I like the Royal.
Oh well, this is for Brood War. This is for Brood War.
Yeah, but he was the only golden mouse winner to move over to StarCraft.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
And then the Royal Road was the other one. There's a lot of like superstitious type things going on there, like
the Protoss. What was it, the March of the Fall or something?
Yeah, the Fall. I don't remember what it's called, but I read about that one. But the other one was the Royal Road, which is when their very first OSL they win it, and that happened to it was like 6 guys. I mean, of them, Boxer, Jaedong, and July, but there were a few more.
Mm-hmm. Squirtle. I think Squirtle was the only player to have a chance at the Royal Road so far. I think.
Yeah.
If StarCraft 2. Like, he
Yeah.
had a chance to actually, win it all, and it would be his first Code S, and
Mhm.
we still haven't seen that, but the game's young.
Yeah.
Youngish.
Oh yeah.
Youngish.
It's super young. I mean, it's like a baby ring. It's just a little. It's just a little baby. It's just little and small. And it's gonna get bigger. Just wait. Heart of the Swarm. I started tearing up. I'm getting so excited. It's gonna be great, dude. I randomly came across some video on YouTube where it was one of the software guys explaining the storyline and the story mode of Heart of the Swarm, and it looks so good. I mean,
That's definitely something they're going to do a good job on.
oh god, like you're Kerrigan and you have all these like cool psionic abilities, and your whole like mission is to try and get the swarm back together, get the old band together. Oh my god, that sounds so lame. But that's what she's doing. She's like, yeah, I gotta get everyone back together, and we're gonna do some badass shit. And I'm your queen, and there's all these like rogue queens, and it just seems it's gonna be so much fun. I don't know. It might convince me to switch to Zerg, except for the fact that playing Zerg is so mind exploding. I can't do it. I don't know how you do it.
Oh, speaking about learning Zerg.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Tyler. Do you know Tyler, Katie?
Yeah.
I know Fatima knows Tyler.
I think we're friends on Facebook.
Garner?
And I think we might have played a few games.
So this Sunday we're going to be putting together our first Zerg-based strategy video.
Oh, that's
It's
great.
going to be awesome. It's going to be a roach rush with retard magnets. So so what happens is you either kill them, you pull a huge economic lead, or you get full scouting.
Okay.
I don't think it's possible that you don't get one of those. It's a really cool opening versus Terran. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that's on Sunday, and we'll post it to YouTube.
Awesome. Do you guys
Or you
want
can
to?
host us
Do you want
to
to?
stream.
Do you want me to stream it for you?
You can.
Yeah, I'll stream it for you guys, and then
Nice.
it can be on the channel because everyone would love that. Who wouldn't love that? And look, we got 9 people watching right now. That's
Damn.
pretty exciting. Yay! Thanks for coming.
3 of them, which are probably us.
No way.
Well, that's still like half a dozen. That's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. It's great. Okay, so anything else you wanted to touch on with the OSL?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
That felt like more of like a history piece to like pay homage to.
Yeah, and it was
Great.
really cool, and it was actually really neat reading. Like, I would highly suggest if anyone's interested in feeling kind of, I forget what the word is, but you're feeling kind of sentimental about the OSL and Brood War in general, totally check out the Liquid page for it, because they did a really, really good job of breaking down everything. And we should probably link that in the YouTube video. I think that's
definitely.
Yeah, we should.
I think I'll just link the show notes to the
Yeah,
YouTube videos.
I think that's a good idea. Okay, so the next thing that we wanted to talk about was the National Geographic documentary.
Well, let's start off with the CNN thing.
Okay,
So,
that's a good. Okay.
or do you want to do this in chronological order, like the National Geographic first, and compare it to the CNN? Because that CNN article, I'm not sure if you guys have seen that. I'll link it in the chat, but
I think we should talk about the good National Geographic one first. I mean, just
okay,
because the CNN
I know there
one,
was a National Geographic one.
it was good. It
Yeah.
was definitely good.
and
That's
it's
a CNN one.
Hmm?
That's a CNN one.
Yeah, I'm linking the CNN one. Oh, do you want to link the National Geographic one? That one was amazing. I love that.
yeah, and
Hold on.
it follows I don't know how to pronounce his name. Zelos.
Zealous.
Yeah. It follows him around when he's like prepping for WCG 2005, and he won 2004, which was cool. But I don't know, they were following him around for 2005. So anyway, you guys start talking about it first.
Okay, so wait.
Yeah, it's not in the show notes. I don't see a National Geographic one.
It's the YouTube one. It's like CNN runs SC2 article, and there's a link, and then below that there's YouTube for the National Geographic. It's like it's 45 minutes long, I think, so you can't like just watch it real quick. But so you want me to?
Oh, it says Zealous knocked out Day 9.
Yeah, he actually knocked out, like, so if you watch Day 9 100, he talks about how he went to the World Cyber Games, and he got knocked out by the Korean who won it all. That's his exact quote. And yeah, it was Zealous, and this follows Zealous. The National Geographic one does a really good job of just telling story about Zealous. They don't put in any of their opinions. They don't try to find a story. They just tell you what Zealous
Yeah,
does.
it was
It's
a very, like...
it's a true documentary.
Yeah, it was very, very well done. And they don't like over sensationalize anything.
No, not at all.
As far
And
as,
it was
like-
so cool.
Yeah.
To, to have them show you what StarCraft was in Korea and how different the rest of the world views it. And they even have this cool part where they ask, why is Zelos so amazing? And so what they do is so when he's playing StarCraft, they inject him with some like radioactive dye that goes to the parts of your brain that get used. And all of Zelos' decisions are all reflexive. They're all memorized, they're all rehearsed, and it's natural to him. It's a reflex. Versus the regular StarCraft player, where it's all in the front of the brain, so it's all visual and thought. And like that's the difference. That's why Zelos is so fast. It's literally a reaction to him.
Yeah, it's like intuitive.
It's a reflex, and everyone else is trying to figure it out. He already knows. He has it all memorized. And like they went to follow like fan club girls, and they went. It was just a really cool thing. And then contrast it with the CNN article, which is just like everyone. He kind of pretty much says, "Oh, you guys are sick.
Yeah.
You guys just have an addiction.
Well-
There's a problem."
Well, let's back that up a second. The whole CNN article. First of all, the main contrast, besides the fact that like one paints it in a neutral light and one paints it in a negative light, because I wouldn't even necessarily say that it paints the National Geographic one was positive. It was neutral. It showed good and it showed bad. There's good and bad with everything. But the CNN one, they didn't take the time to actually understand and realize and research what StarCraft 2 was. They didn't go ahead and do any of that. We have some quotes, and I'm going to read one of them. I'll let you read the other one that we already talked about.
Oh no, you can read both.
Okay, so here's two quotes from the CNN article that are, I'm going to read them. Okay. Marine King sent foot soldiers to root out his opponent's headquarters. A glowing blue pyramid spitting out blue termites.
You know, the more I thought about that, I think, okay, so the termites, obviously you think of drones.
Well, they're the probes.
The
Probes are
glowing blue
adorable. Probes
Yeah,
are cute and small and cute, and termites.
Love probes.
Who the hell compares a probe to a termite? That's like saying this Labrador Retriever puppy is a freaking cockroach. That's what it was doing. My probes are not cockroaches. They are not termites, and they don't get spit out of a blue pyramid. It's gold, first of all. Sorry.
No, wait. Possibly he was attacking a Zerg, because the drones kind of look like termites, kind of. I can see it. They look like lobster termites, maybe. And the glowing blue pyramid, yeah, that's totally a nexus. But maybe
Yeah, they're
he
talking
couldn't
about a
explain
nexus.
Because, like, well, how do you explain a hatchery? It's like a spiny sphincter.
It's
You can't explain a hatchery.
well, I
It's
mean,
ugly.
you kind of can, because the whole idea is that creep is the kind of the network for the living organism, and that's just kind of like the brain, the central nervous system. That's what it is, and but at the same time, it's also a it's the brain, and it's the birthing chamber. You know what I mean?
The other problem I have with it is he obviously, okay, so National Geographic, when they did theirs, they came in as outsiders, and they understood they were outsiders. They didn't interpret it. They just told it. This guy is an outsider, very obviously an outsider. But he's acting like he knows.
He was acting very holier than thou. Like, he was like,
Yeah.
like, it was just so bad. And it was just like, and first of all, the way that they named the article, the way that they like advertised it on the front page of CNN, they're talking about, they made it seem like video gaming was an addiction. And hold the phone, because honestly, everything can be an addiction. Okay, drinking too much can be an addiction. Sleeping too much, addiction. Playing too many sports, addiction. You do anything for 24 hours, and okay, here's another perfect example. Too much ballet. Has anyone seen Black Swan? Okay, addiction to like perfection, and anytime someone takes things too far and makes things too like important over their own like health, you can do that with anything. I mean, anything.
And I think he looks at it the wrong way. I was reading this thing about Boxer.
Yeah.
And when you join Slayers, he wakes you up early in the morning, and you have to go jogging with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, boxer is like an MVP. They talk to his coach. He makes sure MVP eats right.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like he's not. It's not like you're putting these people at physical risk. You're making sure they're healthy so they can perform at their best. And even if you take a person like Michael Jordan, and you look, I think when he was 14, he didn't make his high school basketball team. But what they would comment about Jordan was that he practiced different than anyone else. You know, they talk about MKP being like this crazy person who's addicted to the game. He's practicing, and if you look at the way Jordan would play, and like he enters the NBA, he's not a good 3-point shooter. He's okay, but he's not the 3-point shooter he is at the end of his career. How did he get to be that good of a 3-point shooter? Well, he just shot a shit ton of 3-point shots. He practiced a lot, and they don't see this as practice. The way he writes it is like he's getting his Starcraft fix. They don't look at it as a profession.
I need my
or an
cocaine. Yeah.
art.
It's awful. I got so annoyed. Like, granted, I was also trying to read it, like, while we were in the middle of playing games, and every time we got queued up, I was like, I just need to read one more page of this ridiculousness. And, oh my god. Like, and then wasn't it in the video originally?
No, I think they admit that they don't understand what's the root of it, why people do it, or like, they don't understand. They know that. They don't know if it really is an addiction, what causes it, what the effects are. They're trying to figure it out. They're spending all this money to try and figure it out. But I grew up with parents that embody this article. So, well, a parent, one is the opposite.
I know what you're citing. You're citing the doctor, right? The Korean guy who was talking about the addiction therapy clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like,
See,
they're trying to treat it like it's alcoholism, which...
Yeah. But that's the doctor. That's not the writer of the article. My problem's not with the interviewers. My problem is more with
I think it's still kind of the
You
same.
didn't get that vibe? I got a very
No, I didn't get that vibe. They, like, put scenarios, they, like, quoted his, like, the mom and the dad, like, the parents, and they, of course, are completely negative about it.
Well, they were completely negative about it. Now they share.
Yes, I don't think that's the writer's opinion. I think he was just stating this is how people feel.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at it this way, okay? I would call that a negative view of Starcraft, professional Starcraft, for the most part. He talked about a few positive things. He ended more on a positive note than he began. But as someone that knows the scene, as professional people like we are, people that are upstanding portions of society, right? People in society. And that know the scene and that have grown up with video gaming and with thinking esports is really awesome and wanting it to get bigger. I mean, think about how we would say it, how we would try to talk about Starcraft. I mean, we wouldn't...
No, I disagree. My brother is like, well, he's not an addiction. He just puts so much focus into whatever it is he wants to focus on.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
He just has an addictive personality. I mean, it's whatever he's doing, right? I mean, it's...
Yeah, that's nothing to do with the video game. I mean, if he does that to school or to work or to anything, like, if you said that about him being a doctor, he just puts all of his time and effort into studying how to save people's lives. No one in their right mind would call that bad.
He needs to go see a psychiatrist.
Yeah, oh my god, he's addicted to medicine and saving people. We should make a TV show about him. I mean, that's not an issue. But suddenly when it's something that's making you... I mean, he's making MKP over 100... He's making 6 digits.
Yeah.
I mean, that's... How is that bad?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, the general populace will never reach that level.
Yeah, I understand. Like, I definitely understand people dropping their entire life and saying, I'm gonna stream StarCraft and play StarCraft at a pro level, and, you know, just drop out of high school. I understand that's bad. But you could say that about anything.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to be addicted. You could just be lazy or...
Yeah.
You know, it has nothing to do with... It's not StarCraft's fault. It's your personal choice. But, I mean, they're looking at the people at the top who've made it as being kind of sick.
Yeah. No, they kind of said that the people at the top, they don't have the symptoms of the people that are addicted to. They are balanced.
Yeah, and there's definitely people who are addicted to video games. I don't want to say that video game addiction doesn't exist.
Well,
but what I'm saying is that this guy frames esports as as a harbor to make it okay to be addicted. And I don't think that's
Pretty
what
sure when I was moving from bronze to platinum that I dreamt of Starcraft.
Okay,
That's
but
fine.
did you like quit
I
your
dreamt
job?
of scenarios. Like I was just dreaming of scenarios in Starcraft.
Well, okay,
I mean,
first
it
of
didn't
all,
affect you negative.
did you guys see
Well,
one
like
of,
in the middle of the night, I wasn't sure if I'd play those games or.
Mm-mm.
all right, one of the first sentences in the article talks about how Marine King battles with the dark and light sides of playing StarCraft. Like, that was such an over dramatization and such bullshit. I'm sorry. Like, that was the first sentence I read, and the one that stands out the most to me as the fact that, like, they were coming after the pros as well. They were coming after it.
Mhm.
They were saying this isn't legitimate, and who are they to say what's legitimate and what's not, and whether he intended for it to come off that way or not. I'm just saying there's multiple sentences, multiple statements, multiple tones, and it's really the tone of the article that gave me a bad feeling, and that made me kind of upset about it, because it was like, yeah, I'm with Day9 on what he says about the fact that all the kids that grew up playing video games, they're now professionals, and they're now, making plenty of money, and what are they doing with their disposable income? They're spending it on watching StarCraft, and they're spending it on watching things that they've grown up with that they're interested in. And so, yeah, I just think that, the way that they showed the community is wrong.
Mhm.
It, yeah.
I like this quote. It said, this is about speaking about MKP, and it said, in the game he belonged. He was a conqueror, a general who controlled sci-fi armies and determined the fate of civilization.
Oh, yeah, the fate of civilization.
I don't think Marine King's imagining himself in the suit and he's Jim Raynor. I think Marine King is, if he was good at basketball or good at tennis or good at soccer, he'd get the same fix out of it,
Yeah.
I'm not that good at school, but I'm really great at this sport. I'm really great at this thing. And people appreciate my hard work. They appreciate my talent. And they look up to me. And you put that in place of, you take out StarCraft, put anything else in that spot. And of course that person's going to want to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not about imagining you're in this world. He doesn't think he's a Marine.
Yeah, the whole story, like for me, I don't really get into the whole storyline of games. I just like playing the
Exactly.
games. Some people do love the storyline. They thoroughly do enjoy the story. I don't care.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't think I have anything else to say about that. I think it's just sad.
Yeah.
On the plus side, I'm gonna send this link to you guys so you can watch it later. But I don't know if I know the website. It's on YouTube, and there's this site called Big Think, I think.
Mhm.
Big Think. I think that's what it's called. I said Big Think 10 times in this series. Big Think. Okay, yes. So youtube.com/Big Think. I'm gonna post it in the chat. And this is a really cool site, or a really cool page. The top story right now is how this guy would rather hire World of Warcraft players than people with an MBA in business. He talks about like the community of World of Warcraft and how games are like good think tanks, I guess.
Mhm.
But I mean,
I've read an article like that before.
this YouTube page isn't just bullshit. Like they have Neil deGrasse Tyson on it, they have Malcolm
Yeah.
Gladwell on it, they
I
have
really want to see this now.
Penn from Penn and Teller on it. They have like real people.
Are you sure?
They have like real professionals. It's actually really cool. So you guys can check that out. And I think this guy this guy's obviously pro, so we can't be like, oh, he's neutral. No, he's definitely pro video games. But he talks about the benefits of it, which I don't think the CNN article really covered, besides they make money.
Yeah. I know, when I try to, like, explain it to people, I'm like, alright, it's like chess on crack. Like, it takes a lot of intellect. It takes the ability to do critical thinking. And you have to, yes, there is, like, some dexterity involved with your hands and stuff, but as far as, like, the mental aspect of it, you need to be able to make decisions under pressure. There's just so many things that it's good exercise for your brain, if anything. I mean, it's not like a freaking point-and-click shooter or anything like that, and, like, that takes calculation, too, but, I mean, you know how, like, you play, like, Yoshi Story or something, or you play, like, Mario Brothers, it's just, like, beep, 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 beep. Like, that's fun. That's just fun. There's no one's ever going to be like, this takes real mental talent. I mean, Angry Birds takes more mental talent than that. But even that, Angry Birds, perfect example. Here's a game that you need to have a basic understanding of geometry, and you can, do better just based on that.
And that's why I'm so into the first Lego League. I'm not sure if you guys heard of this, but there's this thing called the first Lego League, and these kids get Legos with a computer that's programmable, and they have to run an obstacle course. So they have to pick up boxes and move them back to base and rearrange items and everything. And I coach that, and it's like esports, but the difference is no one talks shit about the first Lego League because it's robotics and engineering, and it's pretty much the same kind of stuff you do in NASA, right? You program a drone and it does its craft and it comes back and gives you data. That's what they're doing. But the mindset and the cooperation and the research isn't so different than Starcraft. In fact, playing Starcraft is what makes, they're so similar. Just there's no math in Starcraft, or at least not as much as that.
Well, there is.
I don't know.
Berkeley has a whole class that you can take that goes into the. Okay, Starcraft is a lot of math because as far as timings and everything goes. Think about that.
That's true.
It depends. It depends how into it you get. We don't sit there and we don't say, we were off by 2 seconds here, which compounded and made us off by a minute here, when we were 37 StarCraft seconds into the game.
I do that. That's why I never start with my drone, because drones are compounding interest.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the beginning of the game is so crucial, because one wrong move, which I make lots of them, but at least I recognize this. When I make a wrong move, I'm like, oh god.
Or killing workers.
I'm like, that's killing my game. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think the moral of the story, though, is that older people, for the most part, and younger people just people in general, that don't understand the community, it's just disconcerting seeing, when you talk about, I'm really into StarCraft, I talk about it, I mention it to people, and then they go on CNN, they see something like that. It's hard enough being like, yeah, I'm really into this thing called StarCraft, and it's really awesome, and
I recently told I had an interview for, like I said, a job, what was it, 2 days ago, and he's like, well, tell me about yourself, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a computer gamer.
Yeah, we should be proud of that shit. I am. I think it's awesome. I think it's the coolest thing ever. Because...
CNN.
What?
Stupid CNN.
Yeah, it's just... But Reddit totally, up and destroyed the comment section, which was awesome. Oh, man. Gotta love Reddit. You did such a phenomenal job. Good job, Reddit. Thank you for standing up for us. I'm going to guarantee that most of those people that made comments are Redditors. So. But yeah, so that's kind of my thought. But that's alright.
I don't know. I grew up with a parent. My mom did everything Ring King's mom probably did.
Really?
Oh, well, yeah, she would take our power cords away. She would shut off the router. She went so far as to take away my tower once.
See, my parents never took things away from me. They just, they said, we don't care what you do as long as you get your A's and stay in good courses. And so they're just like, we'll lay off. So they pretty much let me do my own thing. I think that's why I kind of turned out the way I did, because I had to be responsible if I wanted to do everything I wanted to do.
Well, we were, but that's still, it wasn't enough. I don't know. Plus, if my brother, he wasn't, if, Mom wanted to take the internet away from him, she had to take it away from all of us.
Oh, no!
She didn't know how to block IPs or block MAC.
She's not technologically advanced.
She's like, I'm gonna just break this wireless router. See this gaming mouse? I'm gonna freaking smash it.
Yeah, we took away keyboards and mice, and then Shelton ended up having extra keyboards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I never thought about that. Stealing the keyboard.
That's good. I can see the screen, but there's no game that I can play. So I don't have a keyboard.
Well, I can just look at it.
You stole my keyboard. Now I can't macro. But I can still play StarCraft. Kind of. My computer turns on.
Oh, wait, actually...
I need to invest in a touchscreen monitor.
Well, do you remember, when you first... I was a little kid when I started playing, Red Alert and stuff, and, I used the mouse for everything. I was like, keyboard, what? Why would I have a keyboard? Why would I need that? It's all about the mouse.
I just started learning the upgrades, like the letter upgrades for Zerg.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I'm sorry.
obviously I make all my units with my keys, but I just stopped
Like, I
clicking
know
on it.
what stim is. I know how to build the tech lab.
Yay! Let me tell you
I
guys
just
something.
stopped doing
Plus
it like
one,
6
I
months
don't
ago.
know, G and E, I think.
I have something really embarrassing to say. When I was playing Dota in college, when I first started, I convinced myself and people around me that I could be a baller at Dota using the little nub in the middle of the keypad as my mouse.
And you got destroyed, didn't
I,
you?
we must not have been playing pretty good people because I did pretty well for a while, but I transitioned
Okay,
to a
so
mouse.
like World of Warcraft, and this goes to gaming playstyles now. One of my friends, I will not name him because it's kind of embarrassing, but he would. You know, there are these numbers, and you use your left hand to click your abilities,
Mm-hmm.
right? Uh, he would use, I think, the keypad, but he would use like his mouse hand or something. I don't know. I don't quite get it.
Hmm.
Or maybe he used his left hand on the numpad, and that's me like. Obviously, say he was in a very good World of Warcraft.
I played a Death Knight, so I only have to use one button. I just programmed the macro and just spammed that one button over and over and over. Yeah, did pretty good DPS.
Nice.
Pew pew pew. Base roll.
One button, and then like someone told me that you don't even have to you don't have to press that one button. Just link it to your mouse wheel and spin the mouse wheel. And I was like, oh my god, I can walk and go to the bathroom and come back and go spinning. I could still be top DPS. This game is
Look, I keyboard
perfectly
turn, so.
balanced. I've never had a problem keyboard turning. Everyone's like, don't keyboard turn. I'm like, if you are paying attention, it's not an issue. But yes, I understand that
I
it's
did keyboard turn off the edge of a platform once.
I don't think I was waiting with you when that happened.
No, but they're like, hey, can you res Lynn? And it's like, no, I
No,
kind
she's
of
out of range.
backpedaled off the edge.
So from one Blizzard game to the next, let's go back to Starcraft. And do you guys want to talk about the balance changes? Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I that was the only thing that I hadn't gone to, but I did see that the new patch had come on when I just uploaded my computer. Are they included on there?
No, so you can't actually play this balance patch yet. It's just a map. So if you go to your Starcraft, the left button on Starcraft, and you go to Customs,
Yeah, yeah.
it's on Antigua Shipyard, which is weird because Antigua Shipyard's a really imbalanced ladder map because it has gold bases and it's not forced cross-spawn. But that's not the point. So what they did is they're trying to change Terran versus Zerg. Blizzard feels that Terran need a buff to the Raven, which I agree. The Raven's an awesome unit that no one ever uses.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. It's a really small buff. It has better acceleration and slightly faster.
Oh.
But I mean, as far as what Blizzard does is they take a buff and they just make it way too big. Like the Warp Prison, it went from 40 shields to 100.
Oh,
It
really?
more than doubles its shields.
Well,
But,
look,
like-
there was never a necessity to make a Raven as a Terran because you had scans.
That's
Everyone else, you had to make, if you wanted observation, you had to have your observers.
Yeah.
I feel like the
Here's the-
Raven fits that niche where in the first season Zerg were like, infestors are horrible. We don't like infestors. And then Destiny figured out, oh, infestors are like the best Zerg unit in the game. And then everyone, like, infestors are stable play now. That's what you do. You get infestors, then you get broodlords, then you win. I feel like the Raven is kind of...
Broodlords, GD, Broodlords.
Yeah, no! You're bringing
I
back
saw that.
flashbacks from an hour and a half ago.
But I feel like the Raven's that unit. Like, what does the Raven do? It has amazing splash damage. It forces a crap ton of micro. It's gas intensive, which is great because Terran are predominantly a mineral race. It has point defense drone, which means you can win in those Broodlord Corruptor versus Viking battles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it has all these amazing abilities, but it just doesn't ever get to be used. And I think just a small buff might be enough for it to actually be used, but I'm not sure. That and enough creep spread. Creep used to be 10, now it's 8. Just a
Oh.
small
Dude,
buff.
there would be creep like in my base at like a certain point if they were just like pushing it.
Yeah. But I think Blizzard like made these really small changes, and I think they're nice for balancing. But and I definitely think there's a step in the right direction. But I'm surprised they didn't go like all out like they did with Warp Prisms or
Yeah.
Queen Range. Queen Range, they went upped it from 3 to 5. That's 2/3 more. That's a lot of range.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
That's
Hmm?
that's about it.
is that all we got? Is that all we got this time? What are we gonna talk about next week?
What about you, Matt? What about you, Pop-Tart?
Yeah, what
Just
about you? What do you gotta say, Mr. Pop-Tart?
getting pretty toasted right now.
Yeah, pretty toasted.
So
Does that
what's
mean
the
he's
plans
getting
with you
drunk,
guys?
or does that mean he's actually gonna get toasted?
Uh,
Or
I don't
both.
know.
I did it last night for League of Legends, so we'll talk about that.
Traitor. So how's your guys' MLG plans going?
So awesome.
I have the shield done of our logo. I'm going to do something with that, probably put that on the website this weekend. I need to finish the other part to put on a sticker, like, today.
Yeah, 'cause we gotta order stickers. We're gonna give out stickers. So if you're
When do you
watching
guys
this and you're
fly
going to
out?
MLG, look for me and Arliss, who's right there. I'm Nike.
Or Borealis!
Or a Boreal, Mimi. Mimi. Can't speak English. Because we're gonna be there, and we're gonna have a groupie with us, who's also our bouncer. His name is Sir
Boyfriend?
Didymus. Hi, Nat. When you're watching this, he's probably not gonna get this far. He's
Happy
probably gonna
birthday yesterday!
Yeah, happy birthday, Sir Didymus.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't know when your birthday is.
But as far as our MLG stuff's going, pretty well. Nat brought up the good point of food. What we're gonna do about food, because I don't
You don't
plan
do
on
that.
leaving the convention like for anything. I'm gonna be there before it opens and leave after it closes every day because I don't plan on doing anything but that. Lots of Starcraft. Oh my God, so much Starcraft. So much Starcraft. So much talking. It's gonna be amazing. But anyway, so my thought was I'm just gonna get some like Fiber One bars. We'll bring those, and then what I thought.
Bars.
Yeah, and he was like, he was like, well, if we're not gonna leave until 1 or 2 in the morning, what are we gonna do about dinner? And I was like,
Food.
we'll pack a cooler with sandwiches, and we'll send you out to the car to get them for us. That's my plan right now.
Yes! More Hot Pockets!
Yes, more Hot
he's-
Pockets. I'll be like, get a microwave, plug it in somewhere.
You can't get Hot Pockets because they used to be. You can't eat Doritos either because those used to be sponsors and then they bailed on MLG.
Oh, God,
To show your
yeah.
disdain for their
Yes.
treacherous ways
What jerks.
and eat. I don't know what you'd eat.
Smart Water. I want Smart Water to sponsor me. To talk.
I don't know if it's anything like BlizzCon, they're only gonna have like tacos and pizza and hot dogs for all the gamers.
Well, how's
Are they
like,
gonna have that, and
super
can I eat
expensive?
it? Can we buy that?
I would think so.
At the Anaheim Convention Center, there was like a little cafeteria, a little like stand outside, right outside. And then like me and Nat, of course, were like, well, let's go somewhere nicer, and had to walk. And as you got further away from the convention center, the size of gamer got smaller. Because the size of gamer that doesn't want to leave the convention center, eating all
Ah,
that crap.
Wow. that's like
Oh,
a
Katie,
psychological study.
Katie, if it's anything like BlizzCon, there won't be a line to the bathroom.
Oh, that's
Yay! Oh my God! We can
It's
like,
like 10 to 1 male to
great.
female, isn't it?
be like, come
There'll be a
on.
line for the guys' bathroom, but none for the girls.
That's great. Well, now we know where we can have some meetings. If anyone wants to talk to us, be like, oh, it's too crowded here. Let's go to my office. It's the female bathroom.
This is my stall. I put like a sticker on it. This is the Nike Ari stall.
Yeah, here, just put the
Girl
sticker.
stuff style.
Here's our sticker, and here you can have the chair. It's called a toilet.
You guys should actually try to podcast from there. Like, you should actually record video.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And-
I've got a
and-
video
and
camera,
Skype
like
me
a
in.
really well. It's my roommate's video camera, but I'm gonna see if they'll let me use it.
Actually, I don't know if you're allowed to bring laptops in. Usually you're not.
Yeah. If we can bring a video camera though, I'm totally gonna American Beauty that
No, I think
that
like
piece.
those are fine, but like computers, they don't like people like. I don't know. They're iffy about that.
So I'm not sure if you want to do this, but maybe we should ask the chat what questions they would want to ask, like Day 9 or a pro gamer,
Yeah.
and
That's a
we
good
should write
idea.
them down, and if you guys see them, you should record them asking the question.
Oh,
Maybe?
that's a cool idea. Be like, hey, real time, check out this question we got from Linha from France.
What is your opinion on the balance of the mothership?
Yes.
And then bam.
And then bam,
Have
Dana will
Dana's
be like,
opinion on that.
what? What? This isn't Fun Day Monday. We're at MLG.
I'm so excited.
I'm pretty sure when I saw Tasteless and Artosis at BlizzCon, every time they like walk by, I'd be like, "Oh my God, it's Tasteless and Artosis!"
We're gonna be cool,
kind
man.
of royalty.
We're gonna be real cool.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna be like, what's up? What's up?
But Buck says
sir?"
you're not.
Oh,
No, I don't want to. First of all, we want them to be like, these people are cool. We can talk to them. We don't want to be like, you know what I mean? Just saying. I might be like that on the inside, but on the outside, I'm gonna be like, hello, sir. Except not that lame. I'll think about it. I'll have to work on how I'm gonna say hi. See, because if we come at them and we're like, hey, our name's Nike Airy, and we are all about promoting esports, and we're doing our own little thing, and it's really nice to meet you, and that's really what we got to do, and I think that, you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. What do you think, Mike?
I agree. I think you should present yourself as a professional,
Yes.
but still a fan. Like,
Yes.
I don't think there's anything wrong with gushing a little.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm gonna be like...
it's going to be freaking day 9 and
Yeah.
Artosis and
I'm gonna be like, can I have a hug? And I'm gonna go like this, because he's like way high. Much
Yeah,
taller.
he's well over 6 feet, right?
I think he's like...
Who?
He's gotta be
Dana?
over 6'3". I mean, he's huge.
I don't think so.
No, he's huge. Have you ever seen?
Right.
He's huge.
He's pretty
Yeah,
tall.
I have.
Really? Oh, no, I'm gonna Wikipedia this.
I have pictures on my camera from BlizzCon.
When he was sitting, though, I'm saying he's huge.
Everyone's short when they're sitting down.
Oh, 6'3"
Shut
or
up.
6'4" is what we're getting in the stream.
Katie, how tall are you?
I am 5'2".
Aww.
How tall are you?
Fatima?
I'm 5'4".
Yeah.
I saw that picture of you guys at like the waterfall or something, and you
Yeah.
do look a lot taller than Julie. You also didn't smile in that
That's
picture.
what I liked about our dynamic, because you had blonde hair, I had like dark hair, and then you were, like, I was taller than you, but you went to like an engineering school, and I'm Asian, and you're white, and
I'm
that's
so
racist,
white.
but
Why didn't
No,
you-
once you
I'm
dye your
still
hair,
Asian.
you're not white.
What? My hair is purple. No one has that.
So my sister sometimes.
I think that 6'3", 6'4" is pretty accurate.
Alright,
That's what I'm getting
is there
online.
anything else in your notes? Was that it?
No, that's about it. Oh, I already said my thing. So me and Tyler, we're gonna make a show. You guys are gonna stream it.
And yep, we're gonna stream it.
Well, there, we'll commentate.
Oh, you guys could. Oh, we should do that. I think one day
Oh my God.
we should just. What?
We're gonna commentate. We're gonna commentate your game.
Okay, but it's.
Here's Mike building his 8th queen. I think he's queen
Yeah.
rushing.
Yeah, we can be. You can have us in as observers.
Well, we're not gonna actually. Well, you know what? We'll add that aspect of it just because it's on your stream, and
Well, no, you
we'll
don't
figure
have
that out.
to. I just think it'd be cool. Or you guys want to like talk out loud. You don't want to
You
be.
wanna, yeah.
Why don't we do?
We're gonna analyze our replays.
No, so they're gonna do the whole thing, and then they're gonna execute it, and then we're gonna commentate.
Yeah, like let's do both. Where like you guys analyze your gameplay, but when you're playing against each other, like we'll commentate.
That sounds good. I like that.
Okay. Because
I think that'll work.
yeah, and then we'll be completely silent when you guys are doing your analysis because we're gonna be
I
like.
guess we're gonna have to trade. We're gonna have to take turns playing Terran because it's a TVZ focus. But anyway, on that thought though, I think we should have a day, not necessarily like scheduled, but we should have a day where we all get the same replay pack, and we analyze games and we do our own commentary, kind of like a uninformed version of Day 9 Daily.
Okay. Cool.
Because I don't
I
have
like
replays.
it. Unless Manfred. We don't have one of those.
I have the first stuffed animal that was ever given to me in a
Really?
box. Yes, that is my version of Manfred. I don't know where it is though. So
I have a shotgun.
what?
I
How
don't
is
have
that like
stuffed
Manfred?
animals. I was just like, what's something that's smallish in my room?
So when you were 2, your grandma's just like, here's a shotgun. And it's a 12 gauge.
No, I had a little Nala from when I went to Disney World. I loved Nala.
Aww.
She was so cute. And when Vendetta was a puppy, I would just be like, Nala, come here. Oh my god. Well, with all my dogs, like Bird, who's now like 12, she hung out with Nala. Poodle hung out with Nala. Vendetta hung out with Nala. Nala is just...
Poodle.
All my dogs are Labrador Retrievers. I just happen to give them really messed up names. Vendetta happens to be the most infamous one because she's a crazy psychopath, so I call her Vendetta. Her real name is
Shave her head
Victoria.
and do the Natalie Portman thing.
Hmm?
You should shave your dog and do like the Natalie Portman thing.
Yeah. Poor Vendetta. Shave her head. That
I don't
wouldn't
think
look
she
good.
appreciate that.
That poor Labrador. Be the first ugly Labrador ever. They're all beautiful.
She'd be a cockroach.
Yeah, cockroach. Like,
You should be a termite.
yeah, termite. Ruining my little probes. Who would call probes a termite? We're gonna leave it on that note. Everyone should be angry about that because I am furious.
I'm just gonna call all the
Dude,
little
at least you have cute probes. SCVs are not very cute.
No, but
I've-
they do love each other according to the song by Husky.
Your SCV and my probe are best friends.
It's true. We do go and harass other SCVs together.
You kind of think about it. You guys are kind of jerks. Like we're best friends. We enjoy picking on people who are just trying to build a building.
Yeah,
It's like going to construction work and
poke
just
the
hitting
shit
it.
out of them.
Poop, 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 poop,
Boop,
poop.
boop, 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 boop. Alright, I think that the stream has digressed enough. I think we should say bye for now. And we should start playing Starcraft. So everyone in the
Great.
stream, thank you for watching. Mike, your final words.
Sunday, Zerg strategy thing. Look forward to Katie and Fatima at MLG. And next week we might be building a computer. Maybe. I think
Ew.
Matt's building a computer, so we can have like him building on stream.
That's
Pop-Tart
awesome.
computer.
I don't think it has a theme. I think it's just
Pop-Tart.
Yep,
well,
it's got a
I'll
pop.
bring a box of Pop-Tarts. Okay, and with that, I'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Starcraft.